Welcome to 108 Gate. We are doing the Divine Masculine reading and going into the space of Solar Plexus frequency. So I'm going to do 3 of these first, then we'll go on to the card reading, and then at the end I will do another 3 to close the reading off. So Divine Masculine reading, here we go. So that was the frequency for Solar Plexus, and like I said, not attaching to, but in support of, to make sure we're getting supportive energies. And we've got some citrine here, orange citrine, and it reminded me of the orange blossom yesterday that was coming in one of the readings. So here we go, Divine Masculine reading. Hope you're all well. Here we go. Words of love. This is quite a powerful energy. It's quite a forceful energy, but in a gentle way. So what I mean by this is, it's about being firm in a pleasant manner. It's about being direct in a considerate manner. So there's some things that are going to be coming up which possibly require for you to step up in being self-assertive in well, it kind of makes sense because we did the Solar Plexus vibe right now. So it's going in with the feeling of that self-confidence, improving on your self-confidence, making sure your self-confidence is feeling in tune with where you're going, and you're in tune with your Solar Plexus, so that it's helping you and supporting you to move in the correct direction. So forget-me-not, remembrance, memories of the past hold the key. So, and devotion. Interestingly, this thing here, the remembrance, memory and past hold the key, it's actually on its side. So part of it is, you can either be depending on where you're feeling it, it's feeling, part of it is those things we're still not ready to acknowledge, or they're still lingering, that need to be cleared out, that need resolution. And then there's other parts of it which are they're cleared, they're done with, and you can still feel the remnants, and they need to be cleansed out. So there's the part that we are still ignoring and need to clear up, and the parts that are cleared up, and we just need to kind of get rid of the residue. So we're going to get the Divine Masculine cards now. So it's super cold here today, probably not in comparison to some of you, but -6 apparently. So I just need some tea. Anyway, what's the weather like where you are? So the devil's coming in, and it feels like it's connected to that. It's those things that will not let up. I know we've spoken about this before. I know it's come up about around this before. So the energy of you have certain things that have happened in the past, and you've moved on from that. You've done your penance, you've done your thinking, you've done your energy work, you've done your forgiveness work, you've done your wounded child inner work, all that stuff. You've been doing that, you've done that, you're past that point now. But there's something that keeps wanting to keep you stuck in that space, that keeps wanting to keep you held. I was going to say held. I can't say the word because it's not. It's a difficult word to hear. So you're held stuck. You're held captive on some level in that space, on the subconscious level. So it's about the words of love is about coming back to making sure that you're creating an avenue, creating a path, creating a vibe. It's like when you're soaring something, you need to keep soaring until the actual break has been made. You can't just do one soar unless it's thin. and expect it to do the whole job of like the whole thing. So if you have a thick thing and you're soaring, you've got to keep the trust and faith that as long as you keep soaring it out, you keep soaring at it, you keep shifting it. Another way of doing that is, as you're soaring it to let go of it, words of love coming in of like, where am I heading? And keep heading in that direction, letting your words feel more and more confident, self-esteem building, self-confidence building, self-assertiveness building. So you are kind of supporting the energy of things being left behind that are no longer needed, that are no longer necessary to focus on. So the Hermit coming in here of like, this is a definite internal kind of jobby, because you've been doing the work before, but this external, and I know we don't usually go to the external, but there's something here that's influencing in the masculine energy, that even maybe that it's a memory of something that keeps coming up, and this it's like a clue needs, like you're looking for a clue, you're looking for a solution to it, you're looking for a way out. It's like going into a maze. You've been in this maze and you're looking for the way out. You're looking for I keep seeing a Rubik's cube, so you're moving the Rubik's cube. It's all well and good moving it and trying to get away, but if you're not moving it in the correct manner, you're going to keep getting the same result. So it's finding a new way to approach something so that you can actually release the memories, the energies, the attachments, the entanglements, the fears and the phobias that the devil brought in at some point. Again, this is internal, your masculine, your feminine energies. So it's where your masculine energy is still holding on to, or where fear is still embedded in self. Letting that fear come up, release it. Don't let it have a hold on you. Don't let it manipulate you. Don't let it take charge of you. You stepping up and taking charge of it. It may come in the most obvious way. It may come in the most unobvious way. But the thing is, it's like right now, the answers aren't going to be just put on a plate. This is how you need to do it. You need to go twist. It's about you expressing with love that you want to be out of this situation, that you're not keeping yourself contained in victimhood. You're not keeping yourself contained in needing something to complain about or moan about. It's literally, okay, that happened, that was there. How do I get out of this? How do I move on from this with as much love and consideration possible? So let's get the other cards. Moving forward. Wounds, there you go. So just keep cleaning them out. As they come up, clean it out. As they come up, but it's not now. It's not happening now. You're not in that same situation now. So this is done, dusted, release, let go. This is no longer going to hinder me. I'm going to have learnt from this. I know what I've learnt from this. I know what I've changed from this. I know that this loop has broken now, because I now would respond in a different way. I now have a different emotional response to it. I now have a different visceral response to it. So making sure you're acknowledging where you have been winning and where you maybe haven't actually seen that as a win before, but now you can. Here, interesting. Okay, so 3 cups coming in, stacking up those wins as a victory, but making sure you're taking note of it. So the 3 cups that are salvaged before, now from the 5 of cups, for example. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. That's releasing, definitely. 3 of cups that you've salvaged from the 5 of cups. There were 3 knocked over, or whatever it is. In this case, it felt like it was 3 knocked over. There is so much, excuse me, literally energy running through my nose. I don't know who's sneezing right now, but definitely feeling your vibe. Definitely feeling that there's like self-assertive, confident energy coming through, and just wanted to amplify it, wanted to make sure that you're utilising everything to support you without being stuck in it, without being dependent on it. So what I mean by that is exactly what I was saying the other day. Like, I have lots of them, but I don't feel the need to be dependent on it. Sometimes you just, like, if it was to go, there's no spell on it, there's no whatever on it that I've had. Oh no, I've lost my rock kind of thing. It's like you have to, you don't have to. The point is to have that looseness, that if it's there, it's there. If it's gone somewhere else, it's gone somewhere else. For example, another example is if something's broken, get rid of it. So if a glass smashes, can it be replaced? Like, have you got hurt? Has anyone got hurt by the glass smashing? Can the glass be replaced? Yes, there are some times that we have valuable things and those aren't so easily replaced, or it's an antique or something like that. But the thing is, at the end of the day, who are those involved? How can are they making sure that they're safe, making sure no one's hurt from it, and then moving on from it, not seeing the attachment to the item. That was really, really higgledy-piggledy. I could feel the energies of the words going all over the place, because it's like a conflicting energy of like, but, and it's like, well, yes, the glass is broken, but at the same time, are you okay? Because that's the main point. We can replace the glass. It may not be that unique, one-of-a-kind thing. It may have sentimental value. Yes, acknowledge that, but at the same time, now, what can we do to kind of heal that and move on from it? I know it sounds a bit callous and a bit dismissive, but it's not. It's just a matter of like putting a perspective on things. And here we go. You've got 3 cups, 5 cups, 3 cups that are spilt over. Interesting. So those things that have spilt, you can't have that back in the glass the way you wanted. You can't have it back in the goblet the way you wanted. So what are you doing with this? The devil feels like it's really trying to keep self in that woe is me, look at the spillage, and instead of looking at it and then start cleaning it up, kind of just in that not victim mode in a derogatory way. But it's kind of, it's coming more so from an exhaustion. It's coming more so from, this has been happening over and over again. It's happening over and over again. What am I going to do about this? Find a solution. Be open to a solution rather than let this pattern happen over and over again. This is your responsibility. If you let somebody take advantage of you, what are you doing to stop that from happening again? Are you having the courage? Are you having the strength to say, no, this is not happening again? Are you aware of it enough that you're recognising the patterns, and then you can say, before it gets to a point of being taken advantage of or whatever it is, am I able to say, no, this is not happening again? Not necessarily to the other person, but to yourself. Or do you fall into that same cycle, that same trap of like, this is happening again, and then you step forward into it anyway? What shifts and changes are you actually making? Some of you are making such massive, grand shifts and changes that this cycle is going to be a lot smaller. It's going to be, or it could be that you're making such big and grand shifts and changes that you've gone from the smaller and you're going now for the bigger ones. So then you're needing more strength, you're needing more commitment, you're needing more of a time to strategize. How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I make sure I don't let people take me for granted again? How do I make sure I'm protecting myself? How do I make sure I don't keep falling into the same negative conversation? How do I make sure I'm not blaming everybody else, but I take responsibility myself of changing the way I feel, making sure I'm being positive about it, making sure I'm proactive about protecting myself. Shouldn't be inflicting anything on anyone else. This is all about you bringing in the love, words of love. Are you communicating your message, no matter how difficult, with love? If there's no love in the message, then what's happening? Why is there no love in the message? What is it that you're holding on to that's negative emotions that you're still holding on to and creating further negative emotions? Where can it be transmuted into love? Look up to the stars. Look at the things that are working out in your favour. Look at the things of where have you had your wins? How have you moved forward? Where have you changed your behaviour to be more beneficial, to make sure that when someone comes near you, they know that they can't take you for granted, and you don't even attract those kind of people anymore. You attract kinder, nicer, loving people. You attract considerate people. But the thing is, you've got to be considerate to yourself first. So bringing it back to your inner masculine, your inner feminine. Are you being compassionate with yourself? Are you being angry at yourself? Are you not recognising or not taking accountability of your behaviours and the way you are speaking about others or speaking about certain situations? So making sure that you're totally in responsibility mode for that. So the sun, again, it just keeps like reflecting words of love, bringing in the sunshine, bringing in the awareness of things can work out for me, but how do I do this? How do I make sure that I'm in a happy space? How do I make sure that I'm feeling emotionally lighter and fulfilled? So I'm going to get one more, then we're going to do the, there you go, devotion. Some of you are feeling like when you're going into something, it's bringing you down. It's bringing you into a space of feeling like you're carrying the weight of the world with you. You're carrying other people's responsibilities. You're carrying other people's stuff with you. Where are you doing that because you were seeking approval? Where are you doing that because you were seeking acceptance? Because you didn't feel like your own approval of yourself was enough. So to make sure that you know with confidence, and then when you've got that confidence to be the better version of yourself, to be a more confident version of yourself, amplify the ability to send that out. You know what, you might not like Jilly down the road, but at least just look for something that's endearing or kind of whatever. And if you can't find that one thing that's endearing, then simply admitting to yourself, I've got to let Jilly go. I don't know who Jilly is. I don't know why Jilly's coming up, but there you go. So we've done the Divine Masculine reading. We're going to close off with 3 of these. So if you don't want that frequency now, you can just turn the volume off, I guess. Like I said, private readings, 1088gate@gmail.com. And so here we go. So for now, peace and love.